Our goals as Welsh Government are quite simple. More exports, more exporters. 4 little words, but there's an awful long way to go. 4 steps for me, I guess, is it starts with sort of raising the awareness, improving knowledge and skills, finding opportunities, and then getting businesses to meet their customer. Raising awareness. I want to spread the word that exports are good for your business. I mean, what's stopping you? So have PowerPoint will travel. I'm out meeting, it's not my favourite thing to do to stand up in front of a large audience, but it's one of the ways in which we will engage with businesses to try and convince you that exporting and international trade is good for your business. We're liaising with intermediaries. Glenn earlier mentioned banks. When I started as a trade advisor, HSBC was my greatest ally, even though we're not favouring one bank over another. Your first engagement with a company to say, this is why perhaps we can help. It started to talk through the adverts and say, you've seen the one with the guy with the eels in China. You know it doesn't work, and why some symbols like this isn't very good in Brazil. So those were the sort of the good intros to start getting businesses to engage and be receptive to receiving help and advice from as a humble trade advisor in those days. Lots of stakeholders. If there's anyone here I've missed from the slide, please don't be offended. We're trying to get around everybody. And again, the message with intermediaries, people who help businesses, is to make them aware of the international trade support that's available. Take all the help people can get, I guess. We're also running workshops throughout Wales. There's a programme going on at the moment. If anybody's interested, come and see me later and I'll let you know where there's one in your area. These are taster sessions aimed at small and micro businesses. They're a new set of workshops and they're being run through our regional centres throughout Wales over the coming weeks. Improving knowledge and skills. Once I've got somebody's attention and we've convinced you that it's a good idea to think about exporting, the first question is, well, where would I start? And that's where one of our support programs, which is called International Trade Development Programme, can provide you with one-to-one guidance advice. It can start with a ready-to-export diagnostic, and you say, is it for me? Is my product or service of any interest to anybody outside of Wales, even let alone outside of the UK? It can go on to help you develop an international trade strategy, and in some cases, if you're looking at choosing your routes to market, should I deal with a distributor? Should I deal with an agent? Can I sell direct? Those are key questions for companies. And really this is about, as the slide says, preparation, preparation, preparation. There are risks out there. Preparation will help you identify those risks and be able to manage them. There are such things as lucky exporters, but it's not generally sort of sustainable. The preparation will mean that your efforts are focused rather than being a scattergun approach. Your efforts are focused on the areas and the markets where you have the greatest chance of success. Again, another set of workshops which we're developing at the moment, which are the next step after the taster sessions, where we will look at things like maybe culture for particular markets. If there are groups of companies interested, say in trading with China, we can look at bringing a workshop together, bring in experts so that people understand a bit more about how to do business in those markets, what some of the signs means. We've only touched the tip of the iceberg. Finding opportunities. Once we've got businesses to be export ready, and we may well have helped you identify an ideal partner profile. I was speaking to somebody earlier on who has distributors throughout the world, but is looking for distribution in a new market. Already have the sort of the pro forma of what that distributor might look like, the general characteristics. What we can then do is use our network of in-market partners, our overseas offices, and also the UK embassies, is to find you a shortlist, find companies, people to talk to, also to look at evaluating your market entry strategy. So have you got your pricing right when you're looking at competitors? So anything that takes you past that preparation stage to the action and actually going out and finding customers and we can even arrange visits, program of visits for you when you visit the market eventually. Meeting the customer. Now there's lots of ways in which we can help you with that. The one that tends to be everybody hears about, the one we always market actively, are the Trade Missions and Exhibitions programme. That's not the only way. We run 10 or so multi-sector trade missions. In fact, we have one going to China on the weekend on Saturday. But we also have exhibition focus, and at the same time we have a food and drink stand for food and drink producers at a large exhibition in Shanghai that coincides with the visit of the multi-sector trade mission. And we're taking 70 delegates, I think the latest count is, to Medica, which is a very large life sciences show in Düsseldorf. That also starts next week. So we'll have something like close to 100 individuals and businesses overseas in 2 markets next week. We've also got a small grant. I don't like saying the G word, grant. It tends to bring all the wrong sort of connotations, and people don't see past the rest of the support sometimes, but it is a vital component and part of the support that we give. We recognise that businesses don't always want to go overseas at the same time as we happen to have a trade mission going. And particularly if we've helped you find potential contacts to go and visit in market, and we've got you a set of appointments, what we don't want is for you not to be able to get out there and capitalise on those opportunities that we've helped you identify. As an added bonus, businesses in Wales can also access a number of UKTI services. UK Trade and Investment is the UK government organisation tasked with promoting trade and inward investment. And there are a number of programmes that are available through Welsh Government. So companies in Wales, if you like, get double opportunity in terms of support. More or less my last slide, recapping on some of the stuff that we've spoken about earlier, is about do make export part of your business strategy. It is important, but play the long game. Don't expect immediate success. And I know times are tough when it's been a recession, but you do need to invest moving forward in the future of your business as we climb out of recession. But don't ignore your domestic market and existing customers. They're very important to you. They're your current revenue stream while you're looking to invest to grow. My mantra of preparation earlier on, I get a bit boring about it, I'm sorry. But researching the markets thoroughly reduces your risk of failure. And I know we're not quite like the Americans where we'll have a bash at everything and it doesn't matter if you fail. It matters a lot more to us, certainly in the UK and certainly here in Wales, about failing. We do want to succeed, and preparation and researching markets and selecting those. So avoiding the scattergun approach to export is something that I can't sort of emphasise too much. When you select agents and distributors, don't have them at arm's length. Treat them as part of your team. Bring them in-house and treat them as you would do if they were your own sales force, because effectively that's what they are. Building relationships with your customers, understanding what makes them tick. That's the key to sustain not just winning one-off business, but keeping your business ticking over, keeping that business with customers going forward. And then take advantage of all the available advice and support. There are quite a few people in the room here who also provide support. We don't see them as competitors. They're part of a suite of support that's available to all businesses in Wales. Success for Welsh Government is when we're not needed to intervene to encourage business to export. What's really important for us is that there is a private sector support for businesses, because you guys are not always going to be able to have your own employees as experts in everything. So working closely with other private sector partners is a key message for us, really, and a key activity.